Chat-GPT is the Ask Jeeves of 2026. 900 million people use it every week. We get it. There are a lot of you, 900 million of you, using the Ask Jeeves of 2026. Here is what I know from actually building with these tools. Not reviewing them, not demoing them on toy projects, actually using them to build Power BI dashboards, Python scraping programs using Beautiful Soup, and production-level code that has to work when it runs. Chat-GPT gave me code that looked correct, threw errors on execution, and never compiled. I switched to Claude. First attempt on a fresh project, working code. Done. Cursor wrapped Claude inside an overpriced IDE, burned through tokens twice as fast, and charged me a subscription for the privilege of accessing a worse version of a tool I could use directly. GitHub Copilot is getting there, not quite there, and as of June 1st, 2026, they just switched to token-based billing. Their own community is already calling it getting less while paying the same price. Every single one of these tools is built around a token economy specifically designed to hook you at the entry level and extract maximum spend once you actually need them to perform. The more complex your work, the more tokens you burn. The more tokens you burn, the faster you hit the wall that forces you to the next pricing tier. That is not a coincidence. That is the business model. AI is here to stay. It can legitimately change how you work, but only if you know what you are doing and only if you're using the right tool. Most developers are not doing either. This is every AI coding tool ranked, roasted, and explained with the receipts. Chapter 1. The Token Economy Trap. Every AI coding tool operates on tokens. A token is roughly 3/4 of a word, the unit of text the model processes. Every word you type costs tokens. Every word the AI generates costs tokens. Every line of code in your codebase that you feed as context costs tokens. Simple tasks are cheap. Ask an AI to write a function that sorts a list, and you spend almost nothing. The tool feels fast, accurate, and incredibly good value. This is by design. This is the hook. Now, ask that same tool to analyze your entire codebase, identify architectural problems, refactor 3 interconnected files, write tests, and document the changes. That's a real developer task. And that task burns through tokens at a rate that would make your eyes water if the interface showed you the number in real time. The tools are priced for the hook. They extract maximum revenue at the complexity level where you actually need them to perform. Expert aside, context window size is directly tied to token cost. When a tool advertises a 200,000 token context window, what they're not telling you is using that full context window on every request is expensive. Real agentic workflows on large code bases do not stay cheap. They scale with complexity, and complexity is exactly what you're paying these tools to handle. Chapter 2. Chat-GPT, the Ask Jeeves of 2026. Ask Jeeves was the search engine everyone used in the late 90s. Brand recognition, massive user base. Then Google arrived and actually understood what you were asking. Ask Jeeves kept its users through momentum for years after it stopped being the best option. Then it became irrelevant. The name outlived the capability. Chat-GPT is doing the same thing in real time. The specific technical problem. Chat-GPT is a generalist model trained to produce output that satisfies the user. Satisfaction and correctness are not the same thing. In coding, wrong has a hard edge. The code either compiles or it does not. You cannot talk your way past a compiler. I gave Chat-GPT a real project, a Python scraping program using Beautiful Soup. Production requirements, not a tutorial example. The code looked correct, right syntax, right imports, logical structure. It threw errors on execution and never compiled. When I told it the error, it apologized extensively, rewrote the code confidently, and produced the same problem dressed differently. Because it wasn't reasoning, it was pattern matching to what correct code looks like while trying to keep me happy. That's overwordage, trying to be your best friend instead of being brutally honest. A good engineer tells you what's wrong and why. Chat-GPT apologizes and produces the same mistake with different formatting. Any developer still using Chat-GPT as their primary coding tool for production work is a clown. The name became a verb before the tool became good enough to deserve it. Chapter 3. Cursor. Overpriced garbage.
Cursor is an IDE built on top of VS Code, Microsoft's free open-source editor that most developers already use. Cursor adds AI integration and charges you for it. The AI doing the actual intelligent work is powered by Claude. Cursor's best feature is Claude, not Cursor's engineering, not their proprietary model. Claude, the same Claude you can access directly. So you are paying Cursor's margin on top of the token cost. You are paying for an IDE layer that adds its own token overhead to every request. You are paying for the privilege of accessing Claude through a middleman that makes Claude more expensive and less capable than using Claude directly. On complex agentic workflows, the overhead compounds. You hit token limits faster, you spend more, and the results are worse than going direct because the IDE layer introduces friction between you and the model. Cursor is built for enterprise teams with dedicated budgets and IT departments. For an individual developer or a small team doing real production work, you are paying enterprise pricing for a tool optimized for enterprise workflows and getting a worse version of Claude in the process. Overpriced garbage. The marketing says future of software development. The token bill says truth. Chapter 4. GitHub Copilot. Not quite there and getting more expensive. Copilot is an autocomplete tool, a very good autocomplete tool. For boilerplate code, repetitive patterns, and standard implementations, it is genuinely helpful. That is the honest version of what it does. The marketed version, AI pair programmer that understands your entire codebase and accelerates your whole workflow, is aspirational at best. Autocomplete predicts what comes next based on patterns. Reasoning means understanding the goal, the constraints, and the trade-offs, then producing code that serves all of them. Copilot is excellent at the first, not there yet on the second. And now the token economy trap hits Copilot directly. As of June 1st, 2026, GitHub switched from request-based billing to token-based billing. Their own community responded immediately. One developer put it perfectly in GitHub's own forum: you will get less, but pay the same price. That is not a critic saying that. That is a Copilot user saying that in GitHub's own community thread. The individual plan stays $10 per month, but now that $10 buys $10 worth of AI credits consumed by token usage. Complex agentic sessions burn them fast. The developers who need Copilot most will hit the wall the fastest. GitHub just proved the thesis of this entire video with their own billing announcement. Chapter 5. Claude Code, the tool that slaps. I have called Cursor overpriced garbage. I have called Chat-GPT the Ask Jeeves of 2026. I have watched Copilot make its own power users pay more for less. That credibility matters here, because when I tell you Claude Code is the real deal, you know it is because I'm not a fanboy. It's because I tested these tools on real production work. Same Python beautiful soup scraping project. Chat-GPT failed. Code through errors, never compiled. Claude Code, fresh start, first attempt, working code. Not close to working, working. On projects where I tried to salvage Chat-GPT's broken code, it took a few iterations. That is not a criticism. That is Claude reasoning through why existing code was wrong and rebuilding it correctly. Chat-GPT had been producing confident wrongness. Claude was doing actual engineering. Power BI dashboards, scrapers, production-level code built with Claude, works out of the box. The technical reason, Claude is trained with a stronger emphasis on reasoning through problems rather than producing output that looks correct for code that has to compile and run. The difference is binary. Either the reasoning is sound and the code works, or it's not and the code throws errors. Claude Code also operates agentically. It takes a task, breaks it into steps, executes sequentially, checks results, and course corrects without you holding its hand through every decision. That's how real development work actually happens. The token cost is real. Complex agentic tasks on large code bases are not cheap, but with Claude Code, you're paying for tokens that go toward actual work, not IDE overhead, not apologetic rewrites of wrong code, actual reasoning toward your actual goal. The code compiles. That's the only benchmark that matters.
Here is what the industry does not want you to internalize. Every AI coding tool is built on the same model.
Hook you at low complexity, where the value is obvious and the cost is low. Extract maximum revenue at high complexity, where you actually need them to perform. The developers getting played subscribed to multiple tools, hit token walls on all of them, and concluded AI coding is overhyped. It is not overhyped. They're using the wrong tools wrong. 3 rules. First, match the tool to the task. Copilot for autocomplete if you need it. Claude Code for complex reasoning and production work. Nothing else for serious development. Second, understand token economics before you spend. Know what a complex task costs before you run it. Design your workflow to maximize output per token, not blindly feed context until you hit a wall. Third, go direct. Cursor is Claude with a middleman that costs you money and capability. Use Claude Code directly. Cut the layer. Chat-GPT is the Ask Jeeves of 2026. Cursor is paying a middleman for a worse version of a better tool. Copilot just made its power users pay more for less, and the token economy across all of them is engineered to extract maximum spend from the developers who need these tools most. Claude Code slaps. That is not marketing. That is a verdict from real production work. Next video, every AI model explained. Not the tools, the actual models underneath them. What GPT-5 actually is versus what OpenAI says it is. What Claude does differently at the architecture level. Why the model underneath it matters more than the product wrapped around it. Subscribe. Pseudobit Logic is just getting started.